Captain's Log, year 2050. It is now 28 years since ScotWind, one of the most ambitious offshore wind drives in the world, began. The ScotWind developers' mission: to build more than 27 gigawatts of offshore renewable energy by the mid-2030s. We are now looking out to sea from Bowdun Head in the town of Stonehaven. Far out to sea, we can journey to the Bowdun Offshore Wind Farm, which was built by Thistle Wind Partners between 2029 and 2032. It has now been in operation for 18 years. It has been producing enough energy to power the equivalent of 1.2 million households. The Orkney project, the Ayre Offshore Wind Farm, has been generating the same amount of power too. In total, TWP's projects produce more than enough power for every household in Scotland. The air turbines rest upon floating foundations tethered to the seabed, a technology that was highly innovative and challenging in 2023, but is now commonplace as offshore wind is established in many deepwater locations across the world. The turbines are much bigger than those that were around at the start of the ScotWind journey in the 2020s. They are optimised with arrays of digital solutions for real-time monitoring of everything, from the condition of blades to the bolts that hold them together. Robotic repair and maintenance may well be in place, while a circular economy in offshore wind ensures that turbine components last longer, can be refurbished easily, and utilise more sustainable approaches from the start.
ScotWind is the most ambitious programme when it comes to rolling out new offshore wind in the UK and also probably the world as well. It's an opportunity also to develop Scotland's supply chain and new technologies, particularly when it comes to floating wind, because we're moving out into deeper waters. It creates an incredible opportunity for Scotland's supply chain. New technologies need to be developed, but there's also a nascent technology ability and skills within Scotland through the oil and gas industry that we also want to build on. And I think that's a fantastic opportunity, not just for the Scottish market itself, but for the wider UK and also for the whole of the world, I would say, when it comes to rolling out floating wind. We're probably about 1.5 years into our project development at the moment. The first couple of years or so, it's about collecting environmental data. It takes 2 years to collect bird and sea mammal data. We have just started our site investigations to understand exactly what we've got in the seabed itself, and we'll soon be starting some more detailed engineering work to understand what concepts we want to be installing in terms of the foundations for the wind turbines, for the offshore substation. And of course, the other piece of work which is incredibly important is to secure our grid connections for both projects. So there's a lot of work engaging with landowners along that particular path.
So my role as consents lead is to make sure that we have all the correct environmental approvals and consents in place to allow us to be able to build our wind farms. So I have to work with engineers and our designers and external consultants to make sure that we appropriately assess the environmental impacts of our projects. This includes all manner of things from marine biodiversity right through to other users of the marine environment, such as fishers, shipping navigation, recreation, tourism, for example, so that we can make sure that the impact that we have is minimal and that it is in consideration of others.
TWP has also been working with the University of Highlands and Islands to support a scheme to bring STEM education to primary schools in Scotland. TWP is one of 4 ScotWind developers providing funding for materials, teacher training and STEM programmes.
There's a huge opportunity in terms of job creation for Scotland and the children of Scotland in terms of the next generation that are coming through. A child who's in primary school now could one day be leading our future project, designing futuristic turbines that we can't even imagine today, inventing self-healing blades, robotic repair systems, or leading conservation work that leaves our marine environment in better shape for future generations.